3, 2, and
Recording
1.
is on.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Water is good. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is I want us to take a big breath. So big breath in. All the tension. Okay. Just you and I in this space, in this moment. Enjoy it.
Yes.
Okay. That's the only moment we have.
Okay.
So besides that, the next thing I want you to do is I'm going to zone out, or I'm going to vibe for about 20 seconds. Okay. And during that point, I need you to think of the best memory you've had with her,
Oh.
the worst memory you had with her,
Oh.
and the last memory you had with her. And
Okay.
I don't want you to just think about it like, oh, I went to Disney World. I want you
Okay.
to relive it like I went to Disney World. It was hot as balls. I dropped ice cream on my leg. It was really cold. The sun sucked. My feet hurt. I want you to relive it. Okay. So in about 20, 30 seconds, then we are going to start. Okay. Okay. But I need you to do that because that drums up your activity. And
Okay.
I've already been doing it myself. Okay. All right. 1, 2, ready, and go. And I'll just start talking. Okay. Hang on. Mm. Mm. Wow. Are you an only child?
Yes.
Okay, because she says we were the only things we had in each other's world.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that was intense. Sorry. You'll look back and you'll see like this. It's like a shock goes through, and I'm like, whoa.
Sorry if I'm crying.
No, you're fine. This is what happens. That's called, usually, I'll probably be crying with you in a few minutes. I just try to not, because if I start channeling my own emotions and I stop channeling yours, and I really need to talk to them for you. Okay? But I mean, sometimes I do, like it gets to be where I feel like I'm going to throw up. Rose, why, mom? Why, mom? Why are you doing this? Why? She says she screamed this. Fell lifeless to the floor. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. So usually I like to go in with like memories, conversations, stuff like that. And then gradually we get to the deeper, darker situation of it, but we're obviously at the heart of it already. So we just gotta get into it, okay? Because she's okay with opening up about it, and I know you are as well.
Yes.
Hang on. Hang on. There's panic. Wait, did you find her? Did you find her?
My dad did.
Okay, why is there so much panic? It's like we're lifeless on the floor, we're lifeless on the bed, we're lifeless on the floor. We're obviously in a dark, smaller room. Where are we at? Are we in a back room, back bedroom?
She was in her bedroom, and then
Perfect.
she went to the bathroom
Cool.
and fell to the floor.
Okay, that's the lifeless to the floor. Okay, cool. Okay, hang on. Boom, and I was gone. She says boom and she was gone, but then there's a lot of dizziness that goes with it. And then we hit the hay. Hang on. So it was instant though. What happened with her? How did she do this? She said it was instant though.
She poisoned herself.
That's where with the medication though, correct?
She actually took Timic, which is it's actually a chemical that you put on crops. But you can also kill animals with it, and it's
where the medicine comes from. Okay. Okay. That's where the dizziness comes from. Because it's
She
not,
also was an addict on medicine as well.
was she pain medicine as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's why she's showing me little white pills. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on. That's where the dizziness and the fall. Because I'm like, there's no blood. There's no nothing. We didn't hang ourselves. I've had hanging in bathrooms before. There's not like I'm because they always talk about staring at the door, staring at the bathtub, or staring at something as they're fading out. And she's falling to the ground. Hang on. She did throw up though. That was another thing.
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
shocked because I did after. Hang on.
She did.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm reliving this with you, okay? Hang on. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. But he really loved her though.
He did. He loved her very, very much.
Because he's saying, oh, why did you do this? Why did you have to do this? Like, I don't know. Okay, watch right now at 5:41. There is an orb that just went across you. I don't know if you saw that, but just go back and look. Okay, literally from like here to here. Boop.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, mark that. Hang on, hold on. Oh, by the time people got there, she was already gone. She was gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you ingest that, but no, she went to the hospital. They lifelined her.
We tried to resuscitate her. That's what he said.
And she was in the hospital for a couple days.
Yeah. She said my brain had already been poisoned at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. As I'm asking her, I'm like, did you come back? Did you have a conversation with anybody? Were they able to revive you? What is that? She was like, Like there's no other. Now it's looking at everybody else in a third person versus seeing out of her eyes.
Yeah.
So that's coming from two different spaces. Hang on. Wow. Oh, she'd been abusing. Well, not abuse. It's what her body needed it. I mean, she went a little bit over. I mean, there's part of like addictions that go for it, and it's like, are you doing it to make your body feel normal? Are you doing it to like numb something for yourself? And she's saying, I took enough to make my body feel normal, but I also went and numbed it. And I was like, well, how much did you take? And she was like 3 to 4. Was that a thing? Like 3 to 4 at a time?
Yeah.
Cool. Because I'm
a
like,
lot of it though, I wouldn't know because I didn't live there anymore with them. But yeah, it was bad.
She could still function, but it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like I would be more spacey. We're not just laid on the bed all the time. Hang on. Hang on. Bad knee problems. I just got exacerbated at that point. She had bad back and bad knee problems that she just exacerbated at that point. That's what she said. Hold on. Okay. I kept getting for my own good. Hang on. My own good. But hey, to do everything around the house. Hang on. I feel like Dad was there to do. She said she had to do everything around the house. I'm like, I don't know if is that a true thing?
Yes.
Okay. She was like, well, it hurts, but you got to do everything around the house. I'm like, okay. Hang on. She says, typical housewife, typical upbringing. I was like, oh, okay. Hang on. One shot. A couple of years older, a few years old. Wait, her husband's a few years older than her?
Yeah, just a few.
Okay. I mean, not like 10, 20, nothing like that.
I think like two or three.
Yeah, a few, definitely. Okay, cool. Hang on. This is very interesting. It's almost like I'm getting just a narrative of her life while we're talking. Hang on. Wait, you stayed with her the entire time while she was in the hospital?
I did.
Okay. She says, my daughter was beautiful. She was kind. She stayed with me the entire time. Held my hand all the way through. I was in the hospital. Like, I like that there's no delineation of you leaving back and forth. Hang on. You get some sleep. You were making the dad get some sleep? Go home and get some sleep?
Yes, he would. Well, they prepared a room for him at the hospital for him to get some rest because he wouldn't go to sleep.
That's good.
And him and I actually went to sleep. And when we got up, we woke up and came upstairs, and that's when she was dying.
God, yeah, yeah. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. She says it doesn't just tear your brain apart; it tears your blood vessels apart. I'm like, oh, I gotta look this up. Please email me that. I've never
Okay.
had that before. That the way it burns
It
inside.
does. It eats you from the inside out.
That's what she's like. I'm getting if I didn't have freckles, like you could see, I'm literally getting hot. Hang on, hang on. Okay, hold on. She had to take it in a scoop full. Did she have to take it in a scoop?
Yeah, it's like little grains of it almost looks like ashes, but they're little grains. And it was in a pill bottle that she had, and she would kill rats with it. Um, and she took a scoop out of it
Scoop full.
and ate it.
Oh, that's so crazy. Sorry. What did you do it? How did it go? I was like, did you inject it? Did you I've had somebody put arsenic in their eyeball before and that
Yeah,
way and that away. Or like, because she goes, I took a scoopful. And she's like, it's just like I take fiber Metamucil in the morning. And she's talking
basically.
about, that's what I did. And I'm like, well, shit. Hang
Yeah,
on. Wow. That's very straightforward with it, ma'am. Hang on. Oh,
she
hold on.
was.
I have been so excited for this session all day. Hang on. Hold on. I think it's because of her, though. It's because of her. Hang on. She says it wasn't worth it, though. It wasn't worth it. You know, me and your father weren't going anywhere. She was like, it was just going to be me and you and what I was going to do. I was going to watch you leave me. Were you going to leave her? Were you going to move or something like that?
No, but I think whenever I moved out, that was hard on her. And even though I was there, but I wasn't there anymore.
She says, and you
And
were going to leave me. And I'm like,
I think she probably thought, because her and I had a disconnect towards the end of her life, and she probably thought that I wasn't there anymore.
that's what she felt like at that point. That's not how she feels now. I'm asking her to replay, like, why did you feel like this moment? Hang on. Did you ever get into healthcare? Did you ever get into healthcare?
Um, well, I went to school for it, but I
Did you
never went through.
really?
I did. I went to school for nursing, but I never went through with it. But now both her and my dad were.
Ah, okay, 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 okay. Hang on, hang on. You don't have the son yet, correct?
No.
Okay. Hang on. You're not even 30 yet, though, right?
I just turned 33.
Really?
I did. On the 29th of October.
Oh my God, congrats. It's okay. I turned 32 on the 7th of November. High five.
Yes.
Yes. There you go. Best years. I would never want to go back. I mean,
That's right. No.
no. As far as me personally, like that, I'm right there with you. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Who is the guy in your life? Do you have the guy in your life, though? Who's the guy in your life?
I have a husband.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's him. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because she keeps saying it's like she likes him, but she's jealous of him at the same time.
Yes.
It's like she likes him. She's like, he's a good guy. He's fine. He's good. He's good. He means well. Oh, hi. Yeah. I like you. You're good. But it's always like me. Like it's me and my daughter. It's me and my daughter. It's me and her. It's me and her. He is very kind, though. I do like him, though. He fits you very nicely.
He does. Yes.
He fits you very nicely. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. She says, take care of your father, though. Take care of your father, though. Hang on. He's lost without me. Do you ever go over there a whole lot now? Are you going over there a whole lot now?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
He has struggled a lot since her passing.
Yeah, she says he's lost without me. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, fine.
he doesn't. He is a real big mess.
Yeah, he is a big mess. Can you watch out for his cardiac health? Can you watch out for his heart health coming up?
Yeah.
Cool. Like over the next few years. Hang on. Let me talk to mommy. Hang on. They literally had her on life support, like all of life support.
They did.
Sorry, I just smelled like the sickening smell of when they have you on all this stuff and you can still smell like the, you know what I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's why I'm like, oh, sorry, it just brought back. Hang on.
We weren't allowed to touch her.
Yeah.
Really, we had to be suited up because of the poison would seep through her skin and it could touch us and we
And
could
you would
get sick.
contract it. Yeah. She literally is like, I don't know why there's still that mom, can you hear me part. I know you're whispering, I know you're talking to her. Do you feel like you can't? I mean, not besides like you don't know she's gone, but like you're whispering when you're saying, did you think you could not, she couldn't hear you, period, because of what you were in?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
had to we were fully suited, a mask.
Oh, so like everything. It wasn't just like
We
gloves.
had body suits on, gloves, everything. Yeah. Because it would be in the air. It's that powerful.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Hang on. She said they had to burn all the sheets and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. Like they had to
We did.
burn. Did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hmm. I just, it's almost like right beforehand, she goes into like this really deep, but like she wasn't crazy depressed before. Like she would talk about it, but it was really out of left field. Like, because I'm asking her, I'm like, can you tell me the slope you went down to get? Because usually there's a slope. Usually there are multiple things that hit and they get to this point and they bottom out and then gradually they get one more bump and they're done, right? Like that's
Right.
it. And I'm asking about her and asking about her meds. She says, oh, I said, did you run out of meds? Did you go into like atrophy? Did your body feel terrible? She's like, no, I still had meds left over. I was like, okay, cool, fine. So it wasn't anything like that. And I'm like, well, what was it? What is it? I said, today is the day. She goes, I looked at myself and I said, today is the day. I said, why? She goes, past her mother had passed already.
Yes.
Okay. She goes, my mother had passed. I said, okay. Side. She goes, what am I going to do? It's like my daughter is gone. And she was really truly finding happiness within you.
Yeah.
And but I also don't want, you don't need to blame yourself for her passing at all because that's
No.
her own. Okay, good. I don't want you to get stuck
No,
with
no,
that.
no. Uh-uh.
Okay, perfect. Hang on. Is she shorter than you though?
Uh,
Like an inch?
maybe, yeah. I never really
Y'all are
I
both little. Y'all are both like what, 5'5", 5'4"?
5'3", yeah.
Cool, perfect. I'm like, I'm 6'2". I mean, not 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, and then my mom is 5'2". So y'all are like right around where my mom sits on me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, okay, you're right there. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Hmm. She said she had practiced with it before, so she had practiced, but not with that. She had practiced with her own meds about going to sleep, like being knocked out for days. That's what she's being knocked out.
That happened a lot.
Yeah, she said I practiced before.
Mhm.
Wow. Who's the younger male that passed in her life too? Is there an uncle or a brother? The uncle or the brother
Um,
on her
it
dad's side?
just her dad that I'm aware of. I mean,
Okay, hang on.
she did have some uncles, and they're all gone.
Not
But
very close. I'd watched him go. She had watched her dad go too.
yeah, she was there with him.
That's what she said. She said I watched him go. She had a really depressed. She had a good life though. I don't get it. It's and the way she talks about it, it's almost like it's stupid. How she feels like, and this is a feeling. This is not talking about it. It's like she almost feels like she feels like she feels like it's stupid. She felt like it's dumb, but at the same time, like that's where her path took her. And if I even play out her life in my head with her on if she hadn't have done it, she goes, I still would have lost my daughter. She goes, I still would have been by myself. She goes, he would have died. It would have been me. Like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to be by myself. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be needing for her. He doesn't need that. So it's almost like she felt like, in a way, she was, a nuisance to everybody else. Hang on. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. So I always like to go and play the devil's advocate to say, well, if you didn't do this, how would it go? Would it be any better? I don't think it would have been. I think we would have been sadder than before. So let me see who she was. She's talking about her mom. She talks about her dad, but is she with them, or is she just talking about them? Because where they go when they commit suicide, they go in this middle area because they're still trying to figure out their own emotions. But she's such a wonderful lady, though.
Yeah.
She's such a good lady. Hang on. But was she a church person though? For a little bit.
Was, but when they got really sick in their depression, and
it didn't happen anymore. Okay. Because she goes, and I don't ever get this. Like, go through all of my sessions I have online. I mean, I have hundreds of them there, but thousands of them in archive. But she goes, I was talking to Jesus. That's why I was like, is she a church person? Hang on. Did they cremate her?
They did.
Cool. Because she says this is very depressing too. She says, I wouldn't be worthy of the ground. And that's the reason why I said that they cremate her.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's very intense. Hang on. Still lives in my own house, still walks around my house. All my stuff is still up. So everything is still up. It's like almost like she never really left fully all the way through. Hang on. It's been there to help him out a whole lot. Hang on. Dogs. Do you have dogs?
I do. I have 3.
I said, what about kids first? She goes, she has dogs.
I have 3.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Because you never know. I don't know. You don't think you could have a kid?
I have a little girl.
That's the female. Okay.
Yeah.
She's talking 5. About, okay. Is she like 2 or 3?
She's 5.
Really? Is she small though? Is she tiny?
She's very skinny, yes, but she's pretty tall.
Okay. She's pretty tall. Okay, because she's talking about. Sorry, I compare everything to my kid in like height and weight size, and so I'm like, are we like we're very like petite all the way through? Hang on. Huh. She says, explain to her where I went has been the hardest thing through it all.
Yes. because she asked.
Yeah. Do we call her not grandma? Do we call her something else though?
Nanny.
There you go. I was gonna say Nana. Yeah. So that's perfect. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Hang on. She's like, where's that? Hang on. She says, I'm here. I'm just figuring it out. She's around. She's not in a bad place. She's not in the middle place. She's not in heaven, what we like to call yet. But she's kind of just figuring herself out in this area. So right now, God, I can only imagine how confused she was whenever she first died. She hung around her dad's house for forever. I
Oh,
mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you could still feel her there. Like that's how intense it is. And around you. Um, she doesn't really stalk you a whole lot. She just kind of hangs out and says stuff to you. But like, it's almost like you can feel her, but you haven't really had any full conversations with you. Like, there's like not a whole lot of, yeah. Like my last session, I was like, have you had the dream that she's kissed you? Like that's about to come up, and the girl was like, no, not yet. I'm like, I feel it, and I'm like, with you, there's like,
no.
no, exactly. And that's because of where she's at. She's around, but it's, when we talk about ghosts, this would be like a perfect scenario, but not in a bad way. It's just she's getting to know who she is and where she's at. Just continue praying for her if you can. Continue talking to her. Continue telling her it's okay. Continue telling her that she loves you or that you love her, because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
But we need to get her out of her slump. So what I want you to do right now in closing is I want you to take 5 and 10 minutes. I want you to have a good cry if you can. Okay.
Okay.
Or take it to yourself later. Another thing is you may have a dream about her tomorrow night. I don't think you will, but if you do, that is great. Okay. Just because of where she's at. She's not in that dream area. She's more physical. If you have any questions or if you need me again, just email me. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
She'll get there. She's a wonderful lady, though. She just went through a little hard time. She's not bad. She's a wonderful lady. She just went through a hard time, and you're gonna have to take care of her. So pray for her a little bit. Tell her you love her, because that's what she needs. Okay, literally, that's what she needs.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
I love
you.
you. You're welcome, baby. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye, baby.